Shores Christian School Seahawks. Atlantic Shores Christian School would like to thank CHKD Sports Medicine for providing our...
Referee gets the snap, looking right. Going to throw a bomb to Jordan Cooper. Can he make up for it? Yes, he does.
See Maziel. Drops back. Short pass out to his left. Cards. Maziel fakes the handoff. Looking deep to the end zone. Touchdown!
Sportsplex presented by Doubletree of Hilton. There goes Curtis Green. Green on his way to the 30. Action, looking to throw it deep. Lays it out there, looking for Gillum. Pass is caught.
Division II State Bowl. Now let's meet tonight's starting lineups. First, the offense for the Nansemond Suffolk Academy Saints. At receiver, number 2, Howard Kesterlow. At quarterback, number 3, Napoleon Ellison. At receiver, number 4, Preston Rose. At running back, number 5, Noah Delk. At receiver, number 7, Parker Green. At running back, number 8, Caden Bradford. At quarterback, number 11, Jackson Runyon. At running back, number 12, Trace Williams. At receiver, number 13, Isaiah Furman. And on the line tonight for the Saints, number 52, Michael Carson. Number 55, Cooper Goss. Number 56, Bronson Grigg. Number 70, Max Cox. And number 72, Joey McGowan. The Saints are coached by Michael Beal. And now the starting defense for your Atlantic Shores Seahawks. At strong safety, at junior, number 1, Chris Higgin. At cornerback, a junior, number 2, Corey Williams. At linebacker, a junior, number 3, Jack Weaver. At linebacker, a sophomore, number 6, Josh Sibley. At cornerback, a senior, number 7, Blaine Foley. At linebacker, a freshman, number 27, Levi Belford. At defensive tackle, a sophomore, number 51, Barrett Hester. At defensive end, a senior, number 55, Nathaniel McDonald. Also at defensive end, a senior, number 64, Isaac Cohen. And at nose guard, a senior, number 72, Patrick Linton. The Seahawks are coached by Wayne Lance. The Seahawks won the toss and have deferred, and the Saints will receive. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that everyone please stand. Gentlemen, please remove your hats as we begin tonight's game with a word of prayer, followed by the playing of our national anthem. Let's pray together. Lord, thank you so much for your love and for your grace for this beautiful weather you bless us with tonight. And Lord, we ask that you'll be with the guys as they play this game. Lord, please keep them safe, allow them to play to the best of their ability. Pray also for our coaches and officials that you'll give them wisdom, bless them in the jobs that they're doing. And Lord, we ask everything we say and do tonight will bring honor and glory to your name. For it's your Son's name we pray. Amen. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight the anthem will be played by Atlantic Shores Christian School's pep band under the direction of Mr. C.J. Van.
And we greet you on this pleasant Friday night, the final one of September 2023, in our streamcast tonight from the Virginia Beach Sportsplex. Glad you are with us. Matt Hatfield here with you on the call. We've got Marissa on camera, Jack Lowe, our producer engineer, and we're glad to have a matchup for you that features two very talented private school outfits. The Atlantic Shore Seahawks with a record of 4-1 overall, coached by Wayne Lance, and the Nansemond Suffolk Academy Saints under Mike Beal, who set some records when he played high school football here in Virginia Beach as a member of the Salem Sun Devils. Quarterbacking for Chris Beatty, now an assistant coach in the NFL with the Los Angeles Chargers. And Coach Beal's Saints not having the type of season they were envisioning at 1-3 overall, but still a very dangerous group with some key playmakers that can make this an exciting and entertaining ball game. Our matchup tonight is brought to you online by John's Tax Services and JPM Financial Services. They're the best thanks to you. They've been serving all of Hampton Roads for more than 20 years, providing tax preparation and retirement planning services all across the Hampton Roads area, and they're a proud community supporter of local youth sports. Atlantic Shores, a couple weeks ago, lost their first game of the season to North Cross, who they beat 2 seasons ago in the VISAA Division II State Championship, lost to a year ago, but they're currently number 3 in the VISAA Division II poll, and it's going to be the Seahawks of Atlantic Shores kicking off first to the Saints of NSA. It's going to head out of bounds before number 4 could retrieve it for NSA along the sideline. Preston Groves, the senior, waiting back there on the right side. So with that going out of bounds, we get our first flag of the night, and it means that Nansemond Suffolk Academy will have the football first here with no time off the clock. They're in the, again, white unis with the gold numerals that are hard to read, but we'll do our best to decipher them for you tonight. Atlantic Shores in their customary gray jerseys with the white numerals and the blue shorts, the blue pants, if you will, and they're ready to get rocking and rolling here from the Plex. 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line. NSA quarterback by Napoleon Ellison, who began his career here in Virginia Beach at Lansdowne High School, then went to Portsmouth Christian, and having a pretty good season so far over at NSA. We'll tell you about his numbers and what he's done so far in just a bit, but we've got a second penalty of the night, and this infraction is going to be on the Seahawks defense as somebody was in the neutral zone. So 5 yards up will the Saints move here, just not even a second into actual play. Atlantic Shores coming in averaging 38.4 points per game, allowing 11.8 per contest. Meanwhile, NSA averaging 22.3 per game, 25.3 allowed per game. And another penalty. It's going to give them a first down without even snapping the football. I can't say I've ever seen that. So 2 encroachment penalties, giving Coach Beal's Saints 1st and 10 from their own 45 for Napoleon Ellison. 9 touchdown passes, 630 yards through the air, just 4 interceptions, completing 54% of his passes. 54 for 100 on the money this year. Here's Ellison looking to his right. He's going to complete the first pass. It's going to be caught by number 11, who makes the man miss, and he's going to get plenty of yardage. That is Jackson Runyon. And Runyon making a defender miss. You're going to get all the way up to the 33-yard line of Atlantic Shores, so it's going to be a pickup of 22. Ellison's going to keep it. I think that play was a broken one. They got to try to get the handoff, and it's going to end up resulting in Ellison getting just a couple of yards on the ground here. I think he'll get technically 1 on the run. Ellison, a 6'1", 175-pound senior trigger man. Official waving his arm. I thought we had a timeout call for a moment there. Looks like the Seahawks could be blitzing from the linebacker spot. We'll give you some of the starters on defense for Atlantic Shores in a moment. Quick screen is going to be caught by number 7 out here on the near side. It's Parker Green, who doesn't get a whole lot as a couple of players being 7, Blaine Foley, and 27, Levi Belford, a freshman, ready for him. Just a 1-yard pickup to the 31 for Parker Green. So 3rd and 8 from the 31-yard line. Trips to the right side. On the near side is the very dynamic wide receiver for NSA. Incomplete. As that one was a long shot in the end zone. Looked like that was intended for number 2, Howard Casterlow, a junior. That dynamic receiver I was referencing is Isaiah Furman. He wears number 13. 15 catches for 203 yards and 3 touchdowns so far this year. But a season ago had his breakout year that got him on the radar of so many colleges. 59 grabs for 1,224 yards and 18 touchdowns. He's up to 10 offers and counting with Buffalo, Sacred Heart, VMI, the Citadel, Navy, Army, New Hampshire, and Elon among his list of suitors. And a basketball standout turned a football prospect. 4th and 8, and Coach Bill has elected to keep the Saints offense on the field with Furman to the near side, 3 receivers to the right side, and shotgun. Ellison looking to the right. He's got an open target. It's complete, and it's a first down for NSA as Jackson Runyon moves the sticks on a stop route. So the 4th and 8 is converted successfully for Ellison and the NSA offense as they get up to the 22-yard line of Atlantic Shores for a pickup of just what they needed, 9 yards. Blaine Foley had the stop. So Jackson Runyon making his presence felt early on here tonight for NSA. Coming in with 5 grabs for 88 yards and a couple of scores. But he was a factor a season ago, and being a factor on defense for Atlantic Shores, it's going to be number 6 for the Seahawks, Joshua Sibley, stopping number 8, Caden Bradford, on the run. Sibley coming into the night for the Seahawks defense, 37 tackles, 4 for loss. And they lose 3 on that run. So 2nd and 13 now from the 25. Pass is complete to the near side, out in the flat area. Going to be caught by, it is number 2 for them, Howard Casterlow. Levi Belford in on that stop. So 4 of 5 is Ellison here on the start as they get up to the 18-yard line. It's a pickup of about 7. Third and 6 from the 18. 3 receivers to the right. Looks like there's a blitz pressure package coming off the edge here. Ellison is going to scramble to his left. Got room to run as he gets inside the 5, eventually knocked out at about the 1 or 2 yard line by, it looked like Corey Williams knocked him out. They're going to say no, he got in, touchdown. Or did they say he got knocked out at the 2? They're going to say he got in, touchdown for Ellison. Thought the official was saying he got knocked out, but what a run there for Napoleon Ellison as NSA comes out converting a 3rd down and a 4th down on this drive to get in the end zone and put Atlantic Shores in a deficit, which, remember, Northcross made up the deficit 2 weeks ago here on our broadcast. So that's an 8-play, 65-yard drive that took all of 2 minutes and 24 seconds, and we'll take a quick timeout and come back with the ensuing kickoff right here on BeachSportsplex.com. And we are back here. You heard from Chicho's Pizza, a proud sponsor of our weekly Chicho's Pizza 757 Football Player of the Week with our On the Hash with Hatfield Football podcast and 757 Saturday Sports Talk with yours truly, Matt Hatfield and Coach Ed Young, bring you every week. Our winners so far this year: Caden Davis a couple weeks ago from Salem High, a winner. And this past week, Messiah DeLome with 3 interceptions on defense from the Warwick Raiders, who are unbeaten at 5-0 for the first time in 23 years. Right now, NSA trying to get a win here tonight as they open up with an 8-play, 65-yard drive to begin things. And the Seahawks with the kickoff. That's going to be number 22 for them, Nick Rakes, a senior, who's going to be stopped at about the 29-yard line.
Eventually wrestled down around the 29-yard line. That's where the Seahawks will begin this drive, 1st and 10.
So 1st and 10 for Atlantic Shores. 9:27 here in this opening period. 3 receivers to the far side. They're going to hand it off to the ultra-reliable Jack Weaver, who's going to nudge his way forward for about a good solid gain of almost about 8-9 yards before he's eventually stopped his progress, that is. What a surge he got up front. Coming in 90 rushes for 431 yards and 3 TDs for Jack Weaver on the season. Mike Galance, their triggerman's had a pretty good year so far as well. Quick completion to Chris Higgins on the near side. He gives it to stiff arm, and he's going to move the sticks close to the 50-yard line before he's eventually dragged down at the 49. Stop was made by NSA defender Gavin Angelillo, junior outside backer. So Higgins picking up 11 on that quick screen. We'll see if the NSA defense can come up with a stop. But right now, Atlantic Shores is going to stick to the ground game and just pick up a couple here with Weaver. Looked like Noah Delk was one of the defenders in on that stop. Those jersey numbers very hard to read with the gold, with the lights reflecting off of them. So we'll do our best here with the binoculars helping us out to give you some of those tacklers as we move things along tonight. These blockers doing their job here early for Atlantic Shores. Hand off to Weaver. Trying to go up the middle, but 55 got to him first with a teammate, Cooper Goss, senior defensive end, helping drag him down at about the 43-yard line. But that's still a good solid gain of, we'll give him 5 on that to bring up 3rd and 2 at the NSA 43. As they're running between that left guard and that center. Good spot to run between. Now between the center and right guard goes Weaver. Delk got to him, but not before Weaver moves the chains. As he's chewing up chunks here. 38. We've got a flag as the pass is going to be incomplete. Higgins had that one broken up. Looked like the NSA defender was number 8, Caden Bradford. We'll see what the call is, as it appears to be an offensive penalty on the Seahawks. With a block below the waist, so that's going to drag them back 15 from the 38. To their own 47. So 4 penalties for 30 yards, not helping out Atlantic Shores here. That block below the waist penalty could turn out to be very costly. Back to throw. Micah Lance looking for an open target. It's going to be pulled in for Atlantic Shores, as that's going to be enough for a first down before two defenders bring down Blaine Foley. Foley goes up and gets it. Give him a jump ball opportunity, and he will capitalize. 28 yards on 1st and 25 for Foley. So the Seahawks drive stays alive here. 3 receivers to the far side. Hand up to Jack Weaver. He's going to stretch it out to the left. It's tackled again by, I think, Delp, who's making a lot of stops. But Coach Beal would prefer it be some of those defensive linemen getting to him first, as he's all the way down to the 18. Looks like Weaver got to the 18, we'll say, as a pickup of 7. Five carries for 29 yards for Jack Weaver thus far. And right up the gut go the Seahawks with Jack Weaver, making it look easy. 18 yards to pay dirt. Touchdown Atlantic Shores. 47 yards rushing for Weaver. And an 8-play, 71-yard drive. And 3:43 for Atlantic Shores to return the favor and tie this puppy up. Assuming they get the extra point. Now, that's an assumption that we can't necessarily make, and they might be going for 2 here. Tell you what, they are looking like they're lining it go for 2 here. So the offense is going to stay on the field. Wayne Lance channeling his inner Dan Campbell from the Detroit Lions, who went for it on 4th down last night against the Packers. They pitch it out to Weaver, who's going to get stuffed short. So it's going to remain Nansemond Suffolk Academy in the lead. But I got a funny feeling the score is not going to finish up 7-6 tonight. We could be in for a barn burner and a score fest. Stay tuned right here on BeachSportsplex.com and our YouTube channel. Let's hear from John's Tech Services.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
And we're back here on our streaming channel, the webcast. We thank you for tuning in. You just heard from Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers, where you can get delicious cooked-to-order food and rich and creamy frozen custard churned throughout the day at Freddy's, located in Virginia Beach, Chesapeake, Hampton, and Williamsburg. Freddy's, the taste that brings you back. Well, NSA opened up with an 8-play, 65-yard drive in 2:24. Atlantic Shores countering with a drive of their own. And now here's Nansemond Suffolk Academy with a return to try to get them into Seahawks territory. It's going to be number 4, Preston Groves, eventually brought down by Griffin Weaver, I do believe, tackled him, the kicker on that. But not before Groves gets a healthy gain to the 37-yard line for NSA, where they will start their second drive. Actually, they're telling me now it was Corey Williams that had the tackle. An 8-play, 71-yard drive and 3:43 for NSA, which remains in the lead 7-6 because the Seahawks decided to go for 2. We thought it would just be, all right, tied up 7-all, but Wayne Lance wanted to go for the lead on the 2-point play, and kudos to NSA for getting the stuff. So 7-6 is our tally. Saints on top of the Seahawks. And that snap was one that Ellison was not ready for, and then flying to try to bring him down with some force was the big fella, Nathaniel McDonald, 55, but I think they'll credit the tackle for loss to 72, Patrick Linton, who's starting off the edge, actually starting at nose guard. You've got Linton at nose guard. You've also got the sophomore, number 51, starting for them, and Barrett Hester at tackle. DN Nathaniel McDonald. Give you some more defensive starters in a second, but that was a loss of 6. And we will actually give it to Ellison because he was not ready for the snap there. Quick screen. Going to get some of that yardage back, they do believe, as they throw it out to the playmaker who is very lethal in space, number 13, Isaiah Furman. And Furman with that quick screen going to get them up to the 39 for a pickup of 8. So they got a half of it back to bring up 3rd and 8 from their own 39. That's the first catch for Furman tonight. 5th completion for Ellison, who's been on point. 5 of 6 for 47 yards. And he's already converted a 3rd down as well as a 4th down. A 4th down completion on 4th and 8 to Runyon for 9. And they had a 3rd and 6 run where he had an 18-yard touchdown earlier in this quarter. Ellison back to throw. Finds a receiver in Furman to the far side. Spins out of a tackle. Tries to stiff arm another, but Chris Higgins is there along with number 4 for Atlantic Shores, Cody Batts, to keep him short of the sticks. And Mike Beal might leave his offense on the field to go for it. We shall see here. Gain of 5, so it's 4th and 3. Now you're on your own end of the field, but I'd be very tempted to go for this. Looks like they got the punter back there to send it away. You know, the risk if you don't get it, of course, is that Atlantic Shores is set up with good field position, but NSA's got 55 back there, double nickel Cooper Goss to punt it away. And it's going to head out of bounds. Didn't get a great net on this one, as it's going to be at the 40-yard line for Atlantic Shores to set up shop offensively here at the Plex. Let's quickly hear from Gatorade.
Every year, thousands of athletes disappear in clutch moments due to falling hydration levels.
I used to go missing all the time. I let everyone down. I even let Shannon Sharp down.
Yeah, you let me down.
They've been told how you feel yourself doesn't matter, that electrolytes are all the same. Then just like that, they're gone. Get yourself back in the game. Get yourself a Gatorade. Could be the difference between dominating and disappearing. Gatorade, rehydrate, replenish, refuel.
All right, 1st and 10 from their own 40. Second possession for Atlantic Shores now with 3:57 to go in the first period. Quick completion as Lance rolls to his right. And to the Atlantic Shores side of the field, Chris Higgins will get them a nice gain of about 7 yards here. 2nd and 3. 3 of 3 so far is Micah Lance. Replenish, rehydrate, refuel. Stay hydrated with Gatorade. Thanks to their support here of our youth sports and high school football action in the 7-5-7. Handoff to Jack Weaver, and a couple of Saints are going to meet him head on. Nowhere to go. Got to shout out number 5 again for Nansemond Suffolk Academy, Noah Delk, who's staying firm against this run game. Pickup of 1 for Weaver, so 3rd and 2 from the 48. Remember, Weaver got a lot of carries 2 weeks ago against Northcross. It felt like he had about, 75 to 80% of those carries through 2.5 quarters to 3 quarters of play. They want to get that complement established to go with him on the ground, but he's going to get enough here on this run for a 1st down. Ends up getting dragged down by Andrew Miller, number 53. Weaver getting just enough 3 yards on 3rd and 2 to move the sticks. So much like when you watch these NFL games on Sundays and college football on Saturdays, these 3rd and 4th down conversions is going to tell us a lot about how these drives go here tonight, because I don't think on 1st and 2nd down it's going to be a simple snap your fingers all night long. They do have offenses that can hit the quick strike, but in terms of gaining separation or gaining a lead, protecting a lead, 3rd and 4th downs so pivotal. Lance to the near side. He's been pinpoint with his accuracy tonight as he finds Higgins. And Higgins is going to get 10 yards. Bradford brought him down at the 39. 28 yards receiving for Higgins, 28 for Foley. 3 catches for Higgins, 1 for Foley. And up the middle, they go on a run play with, guess who? Number 3, Jack Weaver. He's going to get 4 as we're ticking near 2 minutes to go in this first quarter. Atlantic Shores offensive line doing work tonight. The big 64 getting out there, get a block from the right tackle spot for Weaver up the middle. Or from the right guard spot, excuse me, I think pulling. I want to shout out Isaac Cohen, as that was a big help to get Cohen pulling to give Weaver those little creases. He needs to move the chains here. 6 yards for Weaver, who's up to 61 yards rushing on 10 attempts, as the NSA defense might have to bring that extra safety down for help and run support. But when you do that, that leaves that passing game to really attack vertically. Quick strike, and that time it's incomplete. First one to hit the ground for Michael Lance, who was 4 for 4 prior to that pass. Eighth play of the drive coming up. This drive that started at the 3:58 mark of our first period. And nowhere to go, as multiple NSA defenders are going to bring down the ball carrier in Weaver. Once again, 58 making a play for NSA defensively. Shane Rogers Johnson, sophomore, stepping up. Nothing picked up at all there for Weaver. So this is one of the first times we've seen 3rd and 10 on the night for the NSA defense. Chance to possibly get off the field here. McDonald playing left tackle as Lance stays in there and throws it over the middle. Big hit, but hanging on as that was Delk hammering Higgins over the middle. But Higgins is going to get just enough for the first down with his helmet popping off. He's got to come off the field, and now there's a flag on the play. We'll see if they're going to say that's unnecessary roughness or hit to the head. It's going to be at the 18-yard line where they mark this football. So the pickup is for 11, as Higgins got crunched with 11 seconds to go in this opening quarter, as the referees are discussing it right now. So if this stands, it's going to be an 11-yard gain, putting Atlantic Shores in the red zone. I think they are waving off the flag. No. They're going to say it's a blow to the head. So half the distance to the goal to about the 9-yard line it should be. First flag of the night on the NSA Saints. So it should be 1st and goal at the 9 here. Offensive line giving Lance plenty of time back there to throw, with Nathaniel McDonald, Ezekiel Ekong, Patrick Linton, Isaac Cohen, who we shouted out moments ago, and Barrett Hester working from left to right for Wayne Lance's Seahawks. Micah Lance, 5 of 6 for 67 yards through the air, not too shabby for the 5'11" 10th grader. And the offspring of one coach, Wayne Lance, who I understand was nice enough to let his, Micah was nice enough to let his dad watch the Steelers-Raiders game in his room the other night, because the wife Micah's mom was watching her show. I just happened to catch that on social media for those that pay attention to that stuff. I'm sure they'll get a chuckle at later. We can laugh about that later, though, because right now, quarter one is in the books. Saints 7, Seahawks 6. Come on back for the second period right here on our Virginia Beach Sportsplex YouTube channel and beachsportsplex.com.
Man, I wish I was out there. Let's unretire. Why not? Randy Moss.
Dan Marino? You alright?
Hey, Grandpa!
Grandpa?
I still got it. 22. 22.
Kalia game, number 13.
Let's see. Hey. I need that senior discount.
That's the case. Mr. Marino, you mind if I take a selfie? Thank you.
I'm good right here, bro.
Unretirement? Who'd be dumb enough to do that?
They're playing happiness here at the Sportsplex. And they'll be happy if Atlantic Shores, those fans, get a chance to celebrate a touchdown. Right now they are trailing NSA 7-6 to begin the second quarter. First and goal from the 9 following the 11-yard completion of Michael Lance to Chris Higgins, and then a blow to the head penalty on NSA, getting them half the distance to the goal from the 18 to the 9. NSA will celebrate if they can come up with a red zone stopper, possibly a takeaway. Big pressure on Lance as he throws incomplete. And I think that major hit was for a great quarterback hurry and pressure applied by number 53 for NSA, Andrew Miller. We just mentioned him a little while ago. And they're going to have to take some chances with that blitz to get to him, because right now, passing game's been in a rhythm. They can't get him off his marks. Could be a long night for the NSA pass defense. 5 of 6 for 67 yards through the air for Lance in that first quarter. For Napoleon Ellison, 6 of 7 for 52 yards. Isaiah Furman's got 2 grabs for 13 yards, but Jackson Runyon, 2 catches for 31 yards. He's been, in many ways, as impactful, if not more so. 4 different Saints have caught passes. Higgins has got 4 grabs for 39 yards for Atlantic Shores. Blaine Foley with a 28-yard grab to go with the 39 yards of receiving for Higgins. The run game, the big difference, just 10 yards rushing on 4 attempts for NSA, whereas Atlantic Shores has 11 carries for 61 yards, all by Jack Weaver. Now, will we see Michael Lance take off and run here? He's got 2 receivers to each side. Going to throw it to Higgins, who turns inside on the tunnel, and he's going to find a way to the end zone. Doesn't need to go through the HRBT or the Portsmouth one to get to this end zone here in Virginia Beach. 9 yards for Chris Higgins on the reception from quarterback Micah Lance. And just like that, after the incomplete pass, 11-play drive is capped with the TD, and now they're going for 2 again. And it's going to be caught on the 2-point play by Higgins. So the 11-play, 60-yard drive results in a Seahawks touchdown and 2-point conversion. They are doubling up NSA right now, 14-7. We'll take a quick timeout and come back with the ensuing kickoff.
Okay, who here has reached peak fall?
Peak what?
Peak fall!
I am wearing plaid.
And I'm wearing a cardigan.
I guess I am eating snickerdoodle cookie dough.
And I am eating a pumpkin pie blizzard.
The new DQ Fall Blizzard menu has reached peak fall. Pumpkin pie, snickerdoodle cookie dough, and more. They are back!
I just love fall. Apparently we all do.
Oh, they did it! Peak fall achieved! DQ, happy tastes good.
So Atlantic Shores has a 14-7 lead on Nansemond Suffolk Academy as Micah Lance connects with Chris Higgins for a 9-yard TD pass, then the 2 for the 2-point conversion. They connect again. Here's the ensuing kickoff for NSA as they're going to get stopped at about the 32-yard line. That's going to be number 2 on the kickoff return Howard Casterlow.
Saints will start this drive first and 10. Ball spotted on their own 33.
So here we are with 10-12 to go. NSA's third drive already. It's going to be at their own. They're going to move it up here to the 33. And it's an important one if the Saints want to stay in this ballgame, because right now Atlantic Shores is starting to feel itself defensively.
Isaiah Furman with the carry. Tackle made by number 4, Cody Batts, assisted by number 64, Isaac Cohen.
Isaac Cohen and Cody Batts stopping Isaiah Furman to a minimal gain of about 1 on the run as they put Furman in the backfield. Not known for that strength or specialty, more of a receiving weapon. And then the pass is incomplete as Ellison couldn't find anybody open. So the tide has quickly shifted. NSA came out with a great opening drive, 8 plays, 65 yards, and 224. They got the stop on the 2-point conversion to cling to the 7-6 lead, but they couldn't get off the field on 3rd and 10. That 11-yard completion to Higgins plus the blow to the head penalty, allowing Atlantic Shores to swing momentum, and then they capped off that drive with a touchdown to begin the second quarter. Now Ellison's getting pressured, has to get rid of it quickly as Nathaniel McDonald, the William & Mary commit, was breathing down his throat, and it's going to be, I think, an intentional grounding. And that's going to be a loss of a even bigger chunk here, as he was just trying to get rid of the football. And it is grounding.
The Saints are called for intentional grounding after the McDonald defensive play. That'll bring up 4th down for the Saints.
To the 18-yard line as he loses a bundle.
So the ball will be marked where the pass was thrown from, and so the Saints will be kicking on 4th down.
NSA gets rid of the punt here. Shores almost muffs it, but it's going to be hauled in at the 50 from Corey Williams, who then loses some yardage as a pair of white jerseys for NSA bring him down for a loss. Looks like that's going to be 9 Gavin Angelillo and 12 Ira Tress Williams III, junior and sophomore respectively.
And with that play, the Seahawks will begin this drive first and 10. Officials will spot the ball on the Seahawk 49.
So third possession of the night at their own 49 for Atlantic Shores. This is their best starting field position as they begin at the 29 for their first possession and at the 40 for their second series. They're moving up closer and closer, which is good news for them. Hand off to Jack Weaver, and he's not going anywhere because 53 is ready for him, Andrew Miller.
Nice tackle from number 53, Andrew Miller.
No gain.
2nd and 10.
So the first 10 carries, 61 yards for Weaver. The last 2, Nada and Zilch, who are not brothers, by the way. Nada and Zilch. They are only children. Shotgun snap to Lance. Gets it back to Weaver. He's going to get more than nil. It won't be a whole lot more as he only gets about 2 yards on that run before he is drilled by Caden Bradford.
Andrew Miller on the tackle. Gain of about 3 on the play. 3rd and 7.
Actually give him 3. They did move it up to the 48. So 64 yards rushing on 13 attempts now, and this is certainly 2-down territory and passing time for Atlantic Shores, but I would say keep an eye on Michael Lance, though, rolling if he gets some daylight, and the NSA defensive secondary is backpedaling. Can certainly run to the edges of the sidelines to get a first down. Here he is rolling out, but he's going to stand in and throw it, and there's going to be a flag on the play. This could be a hold. Might have grabbed some jersey, and I think one of the defenders for NSA's got his hands up saying, what do you mean? What did I do? Who, me? Us? I think that was an opportunity, though, for Lance to take off and run, though. His pops may be watching this later saying, Hatfield, be quiet. I don't need him to run. I need him to stay healthy. Let him sling that football around. It's going to be a hold on Atlantic Shores that will back them up. You know, Mike Beal knows he's got the weaponry on offense to certainly get hot in this game. However, it's so important that his defense gets a stop just to settle themselves down. It's going to be 3rd and 12 from their own 47 after that 5-yard infraction. You really have to get off the field in those 3rd down and 10+. They didn't earlier on the second series. Can the NSA defense do it this time? Lance rolls to the left, the near side. 2 defenders in the pathway, and that was not his best throw, as you saw. A couple of defenders get in the way there, including number 11, Jackson Runyon, to break up the pass. And Lance very fortunate it was not an interception. They can live with that incomplete. A pick would have given NSA the football with decent field position. And if Atlantic Shores' Nathaniel McDonald can punt this away effectively, it will make them have to drive a good length of the field, which NSA did on its opening drive tonight. As they went 65 yards. The last 2 series unable to muster up the first downs and proceed forward. As they were 3 and out on the second series, and the third series ended up being 3 and out as well. So McDonald's punt will land around the 24. And here it is, the 4th possession of the night, 7:40 to go in the first half. And if you're Coach Bill, they're actually going to put it, I think, at the 23. Let's see where they actually mark it. The referee's been playing with that little spot for me. 23, 24, potato, potato, tomato, tomato, 23 and a half. It looks like it's 23 actually now. They do that just to mess with me. It's not for any, people might think, oh, the referees are getting, the referees aren't against you. They just do it to bother Hatfield, because Hatfield's trying to keep stats. That's all it is. Trust me when I say that. It's nothing to do with your team, or, the referees do a fine job. The only thing they do is to mess with me and the stats. That's it. They like me having to mark out things on my paper. Let's see if Ellison can move the ball out to his left side. He's got big left tackle Joey McGowan at 6'2", 230, I think, protecting the left side for him here. Had some pressure the last few throws. Going to stand in the pocket, throw a quick screen. It's on point. And look who's going down the near sideline with a nice gain. It's number 7 for NSA, Parker Green. And you know what's interesting about that pass? They had Isaiah Furman right there with them. And I think the defense was locked in on Furman and allowed Green, as he's getting some blockers, to get a good gain of 14. So Parker Green with his 2nd reception. .66 yards through the air tonight for Ellison. Outside of the grounding and a couple of minor miscues, he's been pretty solid tonight. Another quick pass complete, and there's going to be a receiver to make a man miss. That's Jackson Runyon, and he could be off to the races. Finally gets dragged down. Touchdown-saving tackle made by Chris Higgins. Huge play. Runyon to the 15. 48 yards.
First down for the Saints. The Seahawks 15.
So they're at the Atlantic Shores 15, just like that. 2 plays, bang, bang, they're in the red zone already. And the clock seems to be more time on it than I thought. Oh, going airborne after the catch. It's number 8, Caden Bradford. Trying to high step his way, primetime way, Deion Sanders-like out there. It's 5 on that. A bit of a mist falling here tonight. False start on NSA, so that penalty, that's their 3rd of the night here. It's going to hurt them, backing them up 5. A couple of early scores around the area. End of first quarter in the Southeastern District. Kings Fork leads Indian River 7-6. Lafayette on top of Grafton 7-0 in the second quarter. Quick pass in the flat for NSA, and then fumbling it out of bounds after the catch. But Bradford's going to get some good yardage out of it.
Swing pass out to the left-hand side. Eventually knocked out of bounds by number 22, Nick Reitz. Gain of about 2 on the play, about 7 on the play. 3rd and 3.
3rd and 3 from the 8, actually, is what they're going to say. And the run play is not going to be enough for the first. As Bradford ran, and I think he's a yard short. Blaine Foley on the tackle. No, they're going to give it to him. First down. He got it. Right at the 5. So he got just enough for that first down. Just a goal from the 5 for Caden Bradford. I think he got a pretty generous spot. Here's Ellison, low snap, over the middle, pass complete, and that is easy like taking candy from a baby, Isaiah Furman. On the easy slant to his massive target receiver, 6'5", 195 pounds. That's the guy you throw it to in the red zone. Ordinarily, it's a jump ball fade pattern, but slant works too. And Furman's got his 4th touchdown catch of the year, and it's his 22nd over the last 2 seasons. Ellison stays hot in this game, 11 of 14 for a $126. And the extra point means we're deadlocked at 14 with 7:28 to go in the second quarter. Strap in and stay in for this one. It should be a fun one from the Plex. Seven-play, 77-yard drive for NSA, and it's going to hit off the hands of a Shores player. Ball is loose. Who's got it? Special teams miscue could lead to a recovery for NSA. And the Saints got it. Number 27 recovers the loose football. Cole Goodman, a freshman, recovers it. And just like that, when Atlantic Shores had all the momentum, up 14-7, thinking about getting the ball right back, Saints have tied it up, and they steal a possession here with the fumble recovery with 7:21 to go in our second quarter. 1st and 10 from the 20 of Atlantic Shores. Here's Ellison looking for more. Down the field, incomplete in the back of the end zone, was going for number 2, Howard Casterlow. Here's a quick toss. Bradford is going to lose a chunk here. There's a flag down, though, as McDonald got to him. And that little toss out to Bradford. See what the damage is.
Bradford takes the pitch on the left-hand side, well defended by the Seahawks, led by number 55, Nathaniel McDonald. Flag on the play. Saints are called for holding.
Hold's going to mark it back 10, so that will wipe away the run. Pass to the far side. It's going to be complete to Furman. He escapes a defender, tries to sidestep another, and he's going to step out of bounds near the 20-yard line. At about the 22. So that's going to be a gain of about 8 to bring up 3rd and 12. 12 of 16 now for a $134 for Ellison. Furman's got 4 catches for 26 yards and a score. 3 receivers to the near side. Low snap again. Ellison retrieves it. It's looking to the right. It's going to be picked as diving for the INT for Atlantic Shores. Number 6, Joshua Sibley. So they get a takeaway in the red zone. Moments after the fumble on the kickoff return, Atlantic Shores gets the ball here with 6:36 to go in the second period. And I can imagine Wayne Lance is thinking, although they score pretty quickly, if we can bookend the halves with scores to go up 2 touchdowns, 28-14, now you get a little more of a comfort. They've got to get the first one, however, though. And with what NSA is showing defensively, I think it's a 3-down front here, defensive lineman. This could be a situation to use the run to set up the pass. Bring that extra man in the box to have to stop Jack Weaver. So they're going to have it at the 17. And they can take a shot from there. Bunch formation. Lance gets the snap. Shotgun. Looking to his left. There's going to be a defender that I wonder if he got some face mask. Got right near the area of where you grab. This could be on NSA here. Although it looks like Atlantic Shores is backing up, it could be a hold. And they're going half the distance here to about the 8-yard line. So 1st and 19 from the 8. 6th penalty for 44 yards tonight for the Seahawks. Lance going deep down the field. It's intercepted at the 35-yard line. That's Casterlow with the pick for NSA. Howard Casterlow victimizes Micah Lance on that throw. So Ellison gets picked off by Sibley. Casterlow intercepts Lance, and these two quarterbacks who were laser sharp to begin this game now, each getting intercepted. Lance completed 6 of his first 8 passes for 76 yards. Ellison completed 12 of his first 16 passes. They were both 75%, and then it's, takeaway time. Mike Beal says, we got to get some points out of this, fellas. At the 13, golden chance. They get the ball first, second half. Let's go. Handoff up the middle, and NSA is going to do just that. Touchdown run. Caden Bradford eases his way through like a knife through butter. Touchdown for the Saints, and it's 5:47 until halftime, and NSA's back in the lead. They led this ball game 7-0. They led it 7-6, then fell behind 14-7, tied it up with the touchdown connection. Napoleon Ellison to Isaiah Furman, and now Caden Bradford giving them the lead, their first rushing score of the night. And for Caden Bradford this season, it is his second rushing touchdown as he came in with 40 carries for 219 yards on the year. Now, what was the whistle there on the PAT trot? So Seahawks call for encroachment. That's going to move them closer half the distance to the 1, which begs the question, do you go for 2 here and try to sneak it? I know Dan Campbell and Wayne Lance would. And as would Brandon Staley. He would go for it from his own 25. As I take a little pot shot at the Chargers coach, who was fortunate to beat Nick Senti's Minnesota Vikings last week. Now we got another flag on the PAT, and it's a false start. And see, that's why you line up to go for 2, folks. You line up to go for 2 when you get to half the distance, because your offensive lineman is going to move you back 5 yards, and now you get a longer extra point trot. And this is not a gimme because it is high school. It's not a gimme sometimes in college and the pros. Hey, Ridgeview leads Richlands 14-6 with 4 minutes to go in the first half. But there are a bunch of other scores around the state we'll tell you about, and especially in Hampton Roads as we get closer to halftime and then we hit our halftime report. We've got a slew of halftime scores thanks to our man Pizza on VirginiaPreps.com. Extra point is good. And speaking of pizza, that makes me hungry for Chicha, so let's hear from them. .547 to go. That was the quickest scoring drive of the night. It took 1 play, 13 yards, and 5 seconds, as that's all it took for Caden Bradford to run in there. Now his teammates can joke him, you run the 13-yard dash in 5 seconds. No, he got a touchdown. I don't need to joke him. They'll just give him a fist bump and say, way to go. Here's Chris Higgins trying to get in the end zone, but he won on this sequence as NSA is ready on special teams. They got that fumble recovery earlier, and it's Preston Groves with the tackle. So Atlantic Shore is going to try to reverse what happened 2 weeks ago, where they had what felt like comfortable lead at the break against North Cross, and then things went the other direction as the fellas from Roanoke got hot throwing the football. Jaziel Hart did some damage in that one, catching the ball. Moritz Schmaranza, the pick commit up front, was a man-child on the line of scrimmage, and now the Seahawks want to control the line of scrimmage here, and I think getting back to that running game is going to be key with Jack Weaver. Here he is on the handoff. Up the middle, he's going to get it. Good tackle made by NSA with number 8 for them. That's Caden Bradford, who just scored that touchdown. A lot of players going both ways tonight, and that's the case for many of these private school teams that don't have the depth that some of your traditional public schools have. 5 on that carry for Weaver. They go back to him on the lead carry, but 2 NSA defenders do a good job. That's 5 and double 5. Noah Delk and double nickels Cooper Goss. That was Weaver's 15th rushing attempt of the night. 3rd and 3 coming up from the 34 for Weaver. 71 yards rushing tonight for him. Can they find that second back to complement him? That's going to be key as they move along here. 2 receivers to the near side for Atlantic Shores with Corey Williams and Blaine Foley. 1 to the far. There it is with Jack Weaver moving the sticks. Eventually gets dragged down after he slips away from tacklers by Caden Bradford as Weaver gains 12 on that run. That may be his second longest of the night. It is, behind that 18-yard touchdown run he had earlier in the half. Second of double digits. If he can break off more double-digit runs, that bodes well for Atlantic Shores in what is shaking out to be a score fest here tonight, a shootout. Weaver up the middle. Running high, but he's getting some good yardage. Tackled by Noah Delt, number 5, and 53, Andrew Miller. When we say running high, he's not one of your traditional backs that's low and there's a lot of shiftiness. He's just running with some straight line, burst, and hard-nosed toughness out there. It's going to get to the 47 of NSA. Pick up about 6 to 7 yards. There he is again. So from the 46 to the 41, that's 2 runs. 13 yards. All runs this series here. Now Weaver is going to be stood up. Nowhere to go as the NSA defense. They man up there. Shane Rogers-Johnson, the sophomore, and Andrew Miller, 53. Shane Rogers-Johnson, he pops every couple of plays here and there. I think you're just looking for more consistency out of him. He's got some promise to him. 19 attempts for 97 yards for Weaver. Do they use one of those receivers in one of those jet sweep situations to get to the edges? That could help. Here's Lance to throw. Off the mark there as he tried to get it to Blaine Foley. And ordinarily, 2nd and 9 and incomplete puts you in a bad spot here. But if you're Atlantic Shores with 2:27 till halftime, you're just fine because this is 2-down territory. You just need to convert. Get yourself a scoring chance there. Scoreless at the half between Great Bridge and Grassfield. You've got Brunswick on top of Windsor, 21-0 at the half. Pocosin leading Jamestown, 37-0 late in the second quarter. Lake Taylor and Booker T tied at 7. 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. Maury was up 20-8 on Norcom in the second quarter at last check. Pocosin, we mentioned about them leading comfortably. Warwick up 14-0 on a Heritage in the second period. And that pass is complete for Atlantic Shores as Micah Lance finds Chris Higgins. I think he's just a couple yards short of the first down at the 33. So it is +8 for Higgins, or as they sometimes call him, I'm sure, Higgy. .556, 5 catches, 56 yards for Higgins, and we got a timeout with 2:22 to go in our second period. We'll take a quick timeout as well and hear from one of our sponsors. One Life Fitness, one inspired life. Their help to start your new membership today at any of the 8 convenient locations across Hampton Roads. Go to onelifefitness.com. 4th and 1, and Micah Lance fakes it on the option. Will keep it on the read option and move it up the field for a first down as he stopped at the 19-yard line. A pickup of 14 for Micah Lance on his first run of the night. And that puts the Seahawks in business in the red zone. I'm telling you, that read option is there for him. I'm sure Wayne Lance holds his breath every time he sees him take off and run, but you know what? He's got the ability to scoot, and they need that second rushing option to go with Jack Weaver, who the defense is just completely keying in on, especially when it's a short yardage situation like 4th and 1 there. This time it is the handoff to Weaver, and he's going to be dragged down pretty quickly. That, once again, is Caden Bradford in the stop. 3 yards for Weaver. He's now at an even 100 yards rushing on 20 carries. But again, are you going to run him 20 times in the second half? That's asking a lot to give him 40 carries. A lot's going to probably be dependent on the arm of Micah Lance in the second half. And here he is looking to throw. Over the middle, it's going to be low for the intended target in number 2, that being one Corey Williams. So 3rd down again here for Atlantic Shores. They've converted 2 3rd downs. Check that, 1 3rd down. Weaver's 12-yard run on 3rd and 3 from the 34. They had the 4th and 1 conversion from the NSA 33 with Lance's 14-yard run. This is an even bigger one. 3rd and 7 from the 16 of NSA with 1:05 to go in our second quarter. The Saints on top of Atlantic Shores 21-14. Quads here, 2 receivers each side. Here's that tunnel play again for Chris Higgins. He catches it. Gets away from one tackler, and he's going to get to the outside and score it as he runs all the way in for the touchdown. Chris Higgins making a dazzling play. It's a 16-yard touchdown on the pass from Micah Lance as Higgins is in the end zone for the 2nd time tonight. Having himself one heck of a year. Coming in 28 grabs for 382 yards and 8 TDs. And he says, you know what I know about Isaiah Furman being a star on one side? Let me show you what I'm all about. It's one to match him, big play for big play. Go mano y mano. That's what the best do. Here's the extra point now. It's a very pivotal one for Griffin Weaver. And Griffin Weaver's PAT locks us up at 21-all with 56 seconds to go in the second quarter. Let's get some Zoop Eatery on the board. Second touchdown catch of the night and 10th of the season for Chris Higgins, as he catches a 16-yard strike from Micah Lance. Short kickoff, footed out about the 20, then bobbled by NSA. And then here they go up the sideline. We got a flag, and then hurdling was number 4 for the Saints, Preston Groves, at about the 50 around midfield, but got a feeling this is coming back. What a ball game this has been. If you like offensive fireworks, this is your game. I think Coach Young's missing a good one. Although he's watching a good one, as it is Western Branch leading Nansemond River out in Suffolk, 14-7. I think that's getting near the half. Out there in Suffolk, homecoming. The Bruins trying to spoil that for the Warriors of Nansemond River. That penalty is going to be on NSA, backing them up about 10. Big surprise out in Southwest Virginia tonight. Undefeated battle between Radford and Glenver. It's Radford 29-3 on top of Glenver at the half. I say big surprise because the last 2 years, the last 2 matchups went down to the final play with Glenver winning on the final play, but not sure that's going to happen tonight with a comfortable lead for Radford. I'll tell you some more high school scores around Hampton Roads in a bit. 7-6 Kings Fork on top of Indian River at the half, but here's NSA with 47 seconds to go in the half. First and 10, they had it from the 30, and then we got, looks like, another penalty. Runyon catches it for 5, and then a quick timeout with 37 ticks to go in our first half. Let's hear from AstroTurf.
After more than 50 years of innovation, AstroTurf still leads the way. The inventor of artificial turf does it all, right here in the USA. We engineer, test, manufacture, and install the world's most innovative fibers and turf technologies, with over 30,000 tracks and fields worldwide. AstroTurf, powered by Sport Group.
AstroTurf, they're playing on the turf tonight, and since 1965, the AstroTurf brand has been driven by forward-thinking ingenuity. Today, AstroTurf continues to improve its system design to deliver playing surfaces with the most realistic sports-specific performance, longest-lasting durability, and sound player protection. AstroTurf. So this is the 7th possession of the night for Nansemond Suffolk Academy. They've got it at the 35-yard line with 37 ticks to go. Probably going to have a hard time getting in field goal range if they keep having false starts.
Flag on the play. Saints call it for false start. Repeat second down. Second and 10.
Looking at 13 combined accepted penalties tonight. 7 for 45 for the Seahawks, 6 for 39 for the Saints. Here's Ellison. He's going to step up in the pocket. Throw to the near side. It's going to be complete as that is caught before getting out of bounds by Howard Casterlow. That's not Preston Grove. I think the public address guy got that one wrong. That's Casterlow for sure, number 2. At the 42. Complete, turning inside after that catch to the 45 of the Seahawks is going to be Runyon. So that's 13 yards for Runyon. And a timeout here with 20 seconds to go in the half. So we'll take a quick one as well and hear again from One Life. So it is Nansemond Suffolk Academy 21, Atlantic Shores 21 with 20 seconds to go in our first half. The Saints just used a second timeout here. Field goal was blocked by Nansemond River at the half, so that keeps the Bruins from increasing things. In fact, I think they ran it back to make it 14-13. So Western Branch up by 1. Bethel and Kickingham scoreless at the half. NSA trying to get another score before the half, but there's going to be a sack on the QB for the Saints as Nathaniel McDonald drops Napoleon Ellison for a pretty big loss. Have to spike it here from the 47. as he lost 8 on that. Ellison had an 18-yard touchdown run, and his first 2 rushes were positive yards, but he's been going backwards since. And McDonald with that sack. And then the spike with 2 ticks left. It's going to be 3rd and a bundle from the 47. See, Smithfield leads York 21-6 at the half in the Bay Rivers District. That'll make Coach Young happy because he tries to make up a game on me, losing by 8 in our picks battle on VirginiaPreps.com. Someone's got to win sometimes. Interception almost, but it's dropped. Oh, and he's got his hands to his face saying, why? It would have been like a punt anyway for Joshua Sibley. He thought he had 2 picks in the half. Although we have a penalty, and the game, or the half or the game, cannot end on a penalty. So let's see if it is accepted or if it's declined. Looks like it's going to be on shores, so they're going to have to come back out here. I think NSA is going to accept this. And we won't end the half. Although he might be declining it. I'm not sure why, because they're running to the locker room. I think they're declining it and going to halftime. So we're going to stay deadlocked as we go to intermission. 21-all between these two teams that have combined for 264 yards passing. We'll have some halftime numbers for you all to chew on in a little bit, and we'll come back with some scores around the area and beyond. Right here, you're watching VISAA high school football action on BeachSportsplex.com and on our Virginia Beach Sportsplex YouTube channel. Like, share, and subscribe, and we'll come back in just a little bit.
Man, I wish I was out there. Let's unretire. Why not? Randy Moss.
Dan Marino? You alright?
Hey, Grandpa!
Grandpa?
I still got it.
22. 22.
Let's see.
Hey. I need that senior discount.
That's the case. Mr. Marino, you mind if I take a selfie? Thank you.
I'm good right here, bro.
Unretirement? Who'd be dumb enough to do that?
Man, I wish I was out there. Let's unretire. Why not? Randy Moss.
Dan Marino? You alright?
Hey, Grandpa!
Grandpa?
I still got it.
22. 22.
Number 13. Let's see.
Hey. I need that senior discount.
That's the case. Mr. Marino, you mind if I take a selfie? Thank you.
I'm good right here, bro.
Unretirement? Who'd be dumb enough to do that?
Okay, who here has reached peak fall?
Peak what?
Peak fall.
I am wearing plaid.
And I'm wearing a cardigan.
I guess I am eating snickerdoodle cookie dough.
And I am eating a pumpkin pie blizzard.
The new DQ Fall Blizzard menu has reached peak fall. Pumpkin pie, snickerdoodle cookie dough, and more. They are back.
I just love fall.
Apparently we all do.
Oh, they did it! Peak fall achieved. DQ, happy tastes good.
Every year, thousands of athletes disappear in clutch moments due to falling hydration levels.
I used to go missing all the time. I let everyone down. I even let Shannon Sharp down.
Yeah, you let me down.
They've been told how you feel yourself doesn't matter, that electrolytes are all the same. Then just like that, they're gone. Get yourself back in the game. Get yourself a Gatorade. Could be the difference between dominating and disappearing. Gatorade, rehydrate, replenish, refuel.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
It is halftime here at the Sportsplex in Virginia Beach. Our score, Atlantic Shores 21, Nansemond Suffolk Academy 21. Let's run through some quick halftime stats and some scores around the area before we take another timeout and get you set for the third quarter here tonight. Atlantic Shores offensively with 214 yards of offense. Micah Lance, 8 of 14 through the air for 100 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, both of which went to Chris Higgins. Also had an interception, but Lance with a 14-yard scramble. It's a key one on 4th and 1 for them. Jack Weaver with 20 rushes for 100 yards. Did find the end zone on an 18-yard rush earlier in the half as well. Higgins with 7 receptions for 72 yards and 2 TDs. He had 4 catches for 39 yards in the first period, 3 more catches for 33 yards in the second quarter. So for the season, he's up to 35 catches for 454 yards and 10 touchdowns. Blaine Foley had a key 28-yard catch. In fact, it was the first catch of the night, I believe, or second catch of the night, for the Seahawks of Atlantic Shores. Nansemond Suffolk Academy offensively, just 3 yards rushing, although Caden Bradford has 3 carries for 13 yards and a touchdown. Napoleon Ellison has an 18-yard touchdown run. But through the air, they've done most of their damage as Napoleon Ellison is 15 of 22 for 164 yards passing. Had a touchdown strike to Isaiah Furman, but he has done a nice job of spreading the wealth. 5 different players have caught a pass for NSA. Jackson Runyer with 5 receptions for 97 yards, 4 catches for 26 yards, and a TD for Isaiah Furman. Parker Green with 2 grabs for 15 yards. Howard Castrolo with 2 catches for 19 yards. Caden Bradford with 2 grabs for 7 yards, and Isaiah Furman's got 4 receptions for 26 yards. 7 penalties for 45 yards for the Seahawks, 6 penalties for 35 yards. Check that, 39 yards for NSA, if I can read my handwriting properly. Interceptions by Howard Castrolo and Josh Sibley. Castrolo for NSA and Sibley for Atlantic Shores. Now let's go through some halftime scores around the area that we have for you. Warwick leads Heritage 28-0. in the Peninsula District. Western Branch tried a 43-yard field goal that was short, and the Warriors took it back and ran in for a touchdown, but the point after failed, so it's Bruins of Western Branch 14, Warriors of Nansemond 13 at the break, much to the delight of Jack Lowe, who's keeping his fingers crossed for the second half. Essex on top with Charles City, 45-0 at the break. Pocosin with a running clock lead on Jamestown, 37-0 at the half. Bethel and Kecoughtan are scoreless. Kings Fork on top of Indian River, 7-6. Smithfield 21, York 6 at intermission. You got Brunswick leading Windsor 21-0 at the half. Great Bridge and Grassfield are scoreless at the half. Woodstock Central at Central Woodstock leading King William 7-6 at the break. Some scores of note, perhaps, for those that are interested around the Commonwealth of Virginia. King George leading Cortland 7-6 at the half. So that's an interesting score there. You have in the state of Virginia, Christiansburg leading Riverhead, sprinting 7-time state champs in Class 1, now in Class 2, 21-7 at the break. Lafayette on top of Grafton, 14-0. That's in the Bay Rivers District. We skipped over that one. Some more scores to pass along here that might be of interest. Union leading Twin Springs out in Southwest Virginia, 34-0 at the half. The Trailblazers of Spotswood on top of Broadway. The Gobblers trailing that one 14-0 as they have a 184-48 yardage edge at the half. Smithfield 21, York 6.5. Freedom of Woodbridge 36, Forest Park 6. Cam Courtney had an 85-yard interception return for a score for Freedom in that one. And for those that don't know, Cam Courtney for Freedom is committed to Indiana and one of the top recruits in the state. 146 yards passing for Freedom behind Tristan Evans in that game. Private school matchup. Roanoke Catholic and Franklin tied at 8 at the half. Roanoke Catholic there. I believe Norfolk Academy was a winner earlier today. We'll get that to you as well. See what else we got here for you. Oh, Grassfield is now leading Great Bridge. Thank you there, Jack, as it's a 65-yard pick six early in the third quarter for the Grizzlies. So that one is now a Grassfield lead at the half, or I should say early in the second half. Powhatan leading LC Bird out of Richmond 10-3 at the break. That's an interesting score. Looking for that Norfolk Academy score because I know they won earlier today. I'll have to pull up it off their Norfolk Academy Twitter feed. And a lot of these coming from various services all across. We've got them on virginiapreps.com. You can find them on social media and X. There we go. That's Norfolk Academy Twitter account. Looking for it right there. They did win today, 49-7 over Fork Union Military Academy, as Cooper Zyko had 6 touchdown passes and a touchdown run plus 7 extra points. He could be our Chicho's Pizza 757 football player of the week next week. And again, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel where we give you a weekly podcast. It's the Hatfield Field Hockey with Hatfield podcast that drops early in the week. Next week, we'll have Norfolk Academy field hockey coach Mary Werkheiser, as well as Sydney Riguini, the JMU commit for Princess Anne, who scored the game-winning goal in Thursday's contest for the Cavaliers that they won in overtime over Kellum. We'll also have On the Hash with Hatfield dropping on Thursdays for our football podcast. And then tomorrow morning, up and early, get up at 10 a.m., like and subscribe to that YouTube channel. You'll get a notification when we go live with yours truly and Coach Ed Young for our 757 Saturday Sports Talk program. We're efforting getting someone on about the Orioles to talk about them winning the American League East Division. And also the Norfolk Tides. Congrats to them winning the International League and minor league baseball. Great for them. And yes, we have cleared it good to go. We are going to have Steve Molesky on from Masson tomorrow, it looks like, to talk about the Orioles with us around 11:45 a.m. We're hoping to talk with him about that. And the Tides, who are playing for the International League, they're the International League champions, but I should say the Norfolk Tides are the minor league, playing for the minor league national championship against Oklahoma City. It's going to be at 10 o'clock Saturday night. You can watch it for free on MILB.TV and also on the MLB Network for those that want to follow the Tides. And I know NorfolkTides.com, they've got their championship Tides gear up there as well. So we'll talk about, I know Steve's well-versed on the minor league situation with the Tides and the Orioles, the parent club too. So like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You'll get all the updates on local sports. We give it to you wall-to-wall from high school to college and beyond. Even catch up with some of our pros that come back to the Sportsplex, like Joshua Sweat, the Oscar Smith grad for the Eagles. So we'll take a time out here from a couple more of our sponsors like Dairy Queen, who you can grill and chill with, and Chicho's, who brings us our football player of the week, and so much more right here at the Plex before the third quarter comes your way between NSA and Atlantic Shores.
It's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
Okay, who here has reached peak fall?
Peak what?
Peak fall!
I am wearing plaid.
And I'm wearing a cardigan.
I guess I am eating snickerdoodle cookie dough.
And I am eating a pumpkin pie blizzard.
The new DQ Fall Blizzard menu has reached peak fall. Pumpkin pie, snickerdoodle cookie dough, and more. They are back!
I just love fall.
Apparently we all do.
Oh, they did it! Peak fall achieved! DQ, happy tastes good.
And we're back here. Third quarter getting set to start with the mist and the light drizzle still falling here at the Sportsplex. It'll be Atlantic Shores football to begin the second half because NSA got the ball first, and they actually marched down the field with a very impressive 8-play, 65-yard drive that took just 2 minutes and 24 seconds. And again, I want to thank Marissa for her work on camera tonight, doing an outstanding job. Jack with his work next to me as we bring you this broadcast to you tonight. And as well as Nick and Chuck and the whole group from Hometown Sports Productions. And we've got ourselves a good football game tonight here from the Plex in Virginia Beach. Coming out, this venue has been a great location for so many memorable events over the years. High school football playoff action, as well as lacrosse, soccer, field hockey action right next door at the training center. Once upon a time, the Virginia Destroyers played here with the late, great Marty Schottenheimer coaching them. So this is really a top-notch facility for all kinds of sports activities, and it looks like there was a penalty to end the half that was applied to Atlantic Shores. So this is going to allow NSA to kick off from the 45, it looks like. So I guess this is a 15-yard penalty. I'm not sure what it was, but you would figure this allows them to just boot this in the end zone unless they want to try to squib it and see if they can recover or, give Atlantic Shore some trouble with it, which is quite possible. And it is out of the end zone and almost a successful field goal. Not an extra point. That'd have been a great field goal. Listen, who needs Justin Tucker when you can kick it like that? The Ravens sure wish they had the great Justin Tucker. They lost one to the Colts last week in overtime. Was that Matt Gay who hit 4 50-plus yard field goals, I think it was? As I pull up the NFL stats from last week on the GSIS, as I call it, my official media connection. Yeah, it was Matt Gay who hit 54, 53, 53, and 53. Unbelievable. It must have been that Ed Young didn't pick the Ravens last week because he picked them the 2 previous weeks and they won. Only 2 games he got right. Hey, maybe he'll pick them tomorrow. You have to tune in and find out on our Virginia Beach Sportsplex YouTube channel. Right now, it's third quarter action, and Atlantic Shores is going to start from their own 20 after that touchback. What can Mike Lance and the boys do? Well, the Seahawks are going to give it to Jack Weaver to start. We've got a penalty. You get that yellow hanky on the field. Means this is not going to stand as a positive gain, and it's going to be on Atlantic Shores offense. I think the NSA defenders knew it right away. Holding on the Seahawks is going to back them up 10 yards. So these penalties are starting to add up for Atlantic Shores and hurt them dearly. Still think they're in good shape. This is not a game to get panic or worry about if you're them. Look at last year's results with the two teams and what transpired. I'll tell you about that in a second. It's a completion to the near side, and it's going to be caught by Chris Higgins. Saints won last year's match at 27-7. Preston Groves stringing them out. Got back to the 18, so 2nd and 12 now from the 18. Eight grabs for 80 yards for Higgins tonight. 6'4" junior, 208 pounds. With that type of size, you got to figure like he's going to draw some attention from colleges. Higgins again with the catch, Groves with the tackle. You know, he doesn't tower over you at listed 6'4" like Furman kind of does at 6'5". Kind of sneaks up, kind of more of a slender 6'4"-ish, I guess you could say. 3rd and 7 now. He's only got about 1 on that catch. Wants to be the area's reception leader, I think. Who doesn't? I wanted to, but I didn't have the skills that he does. Up the middle. It's not going to be Jack Weaver. Micah Lance, the QB. He got just what he needed to move the sticks. How about that? 2 runs tonight. Both times he's moved the sticks. Let him take off. He will get the first down yardage that's needed. Complete over the middle as it's Lance finding Blaine Foley into NSA territory. Foley's going to gain 23 to the 47 of NSA. $132 yards passing now for Micah Lance. This time it's Corey Williams. Bradford with the stop, 6 yards for Williams. A little more tempo for Atlantic Shores. And I can tell you that because it's making me have to write faster to get these stats and plays written down. But Jack Weaver's not fast enough for Caden Bradford as he catches him on the outside. He's going to lose a yard, in fact. So give a TFL to Caden Bradford, who's having a really fine night tonight. Lost actually a couple. 3rd and 6 from the 43. It's the first run of the night for Weaver in this half, I should say. He dropped below 100 yards rushing, and then we got some pre-snap penalties, some movement up front. I think it's going to be a false start. Oh, it's going to be encroachment, rather, on the defense. So 3rd and 6 becomes 3rd and 1, which makes this all the more interesting from the 38-yard line of Nansemond Suffolk Academy. Shotgun. Handoff to Weaver. And I think he's going to get just enough for the first down. Ball comes out after his progress was stopped. So that won't be a fumble recovery, although you applaud the effort for double nickel 55 Cooper Goss trying to get a fumble recovery. I like where his mindset is, thinking about it. 3 yards for Weaver. This is more of the time-consuming type of drive that I think Atlantic Shores wanted to get. And that puts Weaver back over 100 yards on the ground. 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side, and number 6. Joshua Sibley, who had that pick on defense. They go to Sibley on the quick screen. Sibley's going to go to the 25, the 20, the 15. Can he be tackled? He will be by Furman. But Joshua Sibley's first catch of the night is a really good one, as he's knocked out at the 7. 28 yards. Up the middle with the run game. To about the 3.5, 4-yard line. Weaver. I think they'll mark him at the 3. Runyon and Miller on the stop. They give him 4 to the 3 now. Handoff again to Weaver. He goes to the left side. Nothing doing there as he is initially gobbled up by big 53 on the defense, Andrew Miller. And he loses 2. Hurting the rushing average there, but 3rd and goal coming up. Lance is going to keep it and try to go up the gut. Not going to get in. He's going to be down at about the 1 or the 2. Looks like it's going to be at the 2.5. To the 2. Twelfth play of the drive. 4th and goal from the 2, and they're not kicking it, folks. As we tick under 7.5 minutes in this 3rd quarter. I know our score bug is saying 2nd, but it is the 3rd quarter if you're just tuning in. Hand off to Weaver. Up the middle, and he crosses the goal line for a touchdown. Jack Weaver's 2nd rushing touchdown of the night comes on 4th down. And Atlantic Shores reclaims the lead. Jack Weaver up to 25 rushes for a $105. Extra point for Griffin Weaver is good. 28-21. Atlantic Shores leads it. Let's pause and hear from our title sponsor, John's Tax Services.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
So that was a 12-play, 80-yard drive in 4 minutes and 47 seconds to open the 3rd quarter as Jack Weaver's up to 25 rushes for 105 yards and 2 touchdowns on the night after Atlantic Shores gets that latest score to take a 28-21 lead with 7:13 to go in the 3rd quarter. Caught at about the 13-yard line by NSA on the kickoff return and got some room to go. Getting by a tackler, spinning by another into Atlantic Shores territory. What a run back by Preston Groves. As Groves is going to take it 42 yards to the 45. Four receivers to the far side. Quick screen. It's Isaiah Furman. He wants the rock, and he wants 6, and he's going to fumble the football as he tried to make a move up forward. It might have been even nudged by Corey Williams, and Atlantic Shores is going to recover this one. However, there's a penalty on the play, and if this is on Atlantic Shores, it's going to be a huge break for NSA. They're going to say block in the back on NSA. Now, I think Wayne Lance is saying, hold on, he fumbled the ball, we recovered. But it looks like NSA is going to maintain possession here. I hear one of the referees holler, no, sir. So what happened before it advanced all the way down there. So it's just going to be a 10-yard penalty. And in a lot of ways, while that was a good gain for Furman trying to make a play, that's actually a big break, I think, for NSA. Because that turnover would have given it right back to Atlantic Shores. Now they go with the running game to try to be safe and a little conservative, and that's not going to work as Runyon was read quickly. Nathaniel McDonald and company sniffing that out. Loss of 1, so 2nd and 21 from their own 44, and NSA's got to get back to some rhythm with the passing game. Do they take a chance over the middle of the field as McDonald comes out? That will give Ellison perhaps some more time if he shades a certain way on his drop back and then move in the pocket. Oh, not ready for the snap. It's going to be scooped up by Bradford, who was in motion. And that play was dead from the start. Big chunk of yardage lost as Matthew Baker and Ezekiel Ekong dropped Bradford. And I really don't know that that's fair to give that loss to Bradford, as that was a snap that went away. And just basically a fumble recovery. Back to the 34. They lost 10. I think we'll call that a team loss of 10. That was just a bad fumble. I'm not sure that's on Bradford. 3rd and 31 from their own 34. NSA's thinking, let's just get this punted away and live to see another down and day. Don't give Atlantic Shores the ball in the red zone, whatever you do. High screen thrown to Isaiah Furman. Now Furman gives a stiff arm to Williams, but he spins into a tackler. And ready for him, I think, was Josh Sibley. And that was Sibley who brought him down. You know, Furman's a little frustrated. He had a big play. The ball got lost on a fumble, but there was a penalty that would have negated it anyway. And Furman gets just 11 on that reception. He is so dynamic right now. 5 catches for 37 yards. And it's a 3 and out for NSA offensively here as they punt it away on 4th and 20 from the 45. Good job to get that punt away for the Saints by, guess who? Furman. And Atlantic Shores will start at its own 14. 41-yard boot. So Atlantic Shores' second possession will start at their own 15 with 5:01 in our third quarter. Glad you're with us here tonight on our Virginia Beach Sportsplex YouTube channel, streaming on beachsportsplex.com. Matthew Hatfield here with you. We got Jack Lowe, our producer engineer. Chris on camera tonight. Hand off to Weaver. Goes to the left side. Had a full head of steam and going to get stopped at the 24. Preston Groves tackles him after the 9-yard pickup. No, they're going to give him 10, rather. He got the full 10 he needed. They started at the 14, it looks like. All right, we'll give it to him. This time, the Shores running game is bottled up quickly as Furman and Goss and Miller all halt Micah Lance to just about 1 yard on that run. Got a good one here tonight. 28-21, late third quarter. Here's the handoff to Jack Weaver. He rumbles past multiple defenders, stepping through. He's not tippy-toeing his way into the Lions' den, as Brian Billick says. You listen back to him on that Super Bowl like a banshee and says some words we can't say on the air. Plus 18 on that carry to the 43. 27 rushes for 133 yards. Jack Weaver, who, if I'm not mistaken, is a former Virginia Beach Mustang. Mustangs play here at the Sportsplex regularly. Bruce Pearl and that program do an awesome job. Tackled there by NSA's Noah Delt. I know the kids love all the plaques and trophies Bruce does with his Virginia Trophy outfit. Had a number of them win our Virginia Preps Classic MVPs over the years. Second and 7 now from the 46. This could be a time to take a shot here. Quick screen. It's going to be caught by Sibley. Trying to rip away from the tackler. Oh, man, that's going to be felt as Noah Delp came in with bad intentions. Got a yard pickup for Sibley. Might be woozy tomorrow. I'm kind of woozy just watching it. Whew. (14-20 for 167 yards passing for Lance. We've got 3rd and 7 from the 47, but a timeout by Mike Beal of NSA, and we'll take 1-2 and hear from Chicho's Pizza.
Okay, who here has reached peak fall?
Peak what?
Peak fall.
I am wearing plaid.
And I'm wearing a cardigan.
I guess I am eating snickerdoodle cookie dough.
And I am eating a pumpkin pie blizzard.
The new DQ Fall Blizzard menu has reached peak fall. Pumpkin pie, snickerdoodle cookie dough, and more. They are back.
I just love fall.
Apparently we all do.
Oh, they did it. Peak fall achieved. DQ, happy tastes good.
Happy tastes good. Grill and chill with Dairy Queen, where every day is sweet when they're serving you blizzard treats like M&M's, cookie dough, Reese's, and Oreo fudge brownie. 3rd and 7 from the 46 for Atlantic Shores. 54 yards to go to get another touchdown. 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. The unofficial 2-minute warning. Seahawks lead at 28-21. After faking the read, Micah Lance is going to get drilled. They're going to call a penalty. I think it was a hit to the head again. As that's the second time tonight the Saints have done that. Noah Delp came in and drilled him. Actually, it's going to be a hold, excuse me. It's not going to be a hit to the head, rather a hold. The 47. Now, does NSA want to take that penalty or decline it, given that it would be 4th down? I think they're declining it. They're going to decline the penalty and try to get the football back. So good stop there. I think for NSA's sake, glad they didn't call it hit high, because that was a pretty tough hit from Delk, who has been all over the place. He's probably got about 14, 15 tackles tonight total. Here's McDonald to punt it away. Good job by NSA not to run into the punter or get a penalty there. But it was not much of a punt for Atlantic Shores from McDonald on that one, as it's only going to be about a net of 10 yards. And Jack Lowe next to me, folks, is getting depressed because Nansemond River has taken the third quarter lead on Western Branch. It means Ed Young will be as depressed potentially tomorrow if that score holds out in Suffolk. A couple more scores we'll pass on for you here, as NSA has the football back for their second possession. Only their second possession of this third quarter from their own 43. Kings Fork on top of Indian River 14-6 to begin the fourth quarter. Lafayette pulling away from Grafton 29-0 with 5 minutes to go. Smithfield up 28-12 on York at the end of the third quarter, and Grassfield up 10-0 on Great Bridge through 3 periods of play. Maury, I think it's 61-8 on top of Norcom at the half for the Commodores. The Reed McCain's team looking like a state championship contender in Class 5 for sure. Quick pass completed by NSA with Napoleon Ellison finding Jackson Runyon. And Runyon is now over 100 yards receiving on the night. Milestone hit for him as he gets to the 45 of the Seahawks, pickup of 13. .188 yards passing tonight for Ellison. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. Runyon is the closest receiver to the near side. Quick toss to the right. And they're not going to get a whole lot with the running game working here, as it's going to be a toss to number 12 for Nansemond Suffolk Academy, Tress Williams. And reading it well was Cody Batts. Loses 2 on that run. And there's an injured Seahawk player. Actually lost 3 on that play. So as the injury is being checked on, we're going to take a quick timeout and hear from CHKD Sports Medicine. So number 7 for Atlantic Shores was all right. Blaine Foley able to walk off under his own power, and thanks to CHKD Sports Medicine. Check them out at chkd.org for more. 2nd and 13 from the 48 of Atlantic Shores. Low snap, but Ellison's going to get it and try to run up the field, and nowhere to go because he is quickly yanked down by big 62 Matthew Baker, 5'11", 265 senior, as he keeps Ellison to no gain. And you do have to wonder now for Mike Beal and company if they're able to get forward past the 45. Is it 4-down territory to go for it? Well, that decision will probably come in the early stages of our fourth quarter, because they're going to try to snap it to get it off before triple zeros, and they won't. So unlike the Packers-Lions last night, where the Green Bay Packers got a free play and it was a deep completion for Jordan Love, referee said that's not happening here at the Sportsplex, but Atlantic Shores does have a 28-21 lead, as we'll take a timeout and hear from Vault Athletics and Fitness. And we're back, ready for the fourth quarter here. As Nansemond Suffolk Academy has it, facing 3rd down and 13 from the 48-yard line. Remember, all of our games available live and archived on beachsportsplex.com and the Virginia Beach Sportsplex YouTube channel with folks from Hometown Sports Productions. I can literally unmute my computer and hear myself 15 seconds later if I want. But I'll watch this play instead. Here's Napoleon Ellison going deep down the far sideline. It's almost hauled in as it looked like it bounced off the defender there in Sibley, who was covering. And, you know, it's hard to read those numbers. Number 7 for NSA. If not for the binoculars, I'd have no idea that was Parker Green. So incomplete. And a pin hits the floor for me. And this is where you need the light because I'm half blind in both eyes. They're knotted at 28 up at Dinwiddie with the Generals and the Thomas Dale Knights. Our man Danny Lewis is there from VirginiaPreps.com if you're curious to read about that game tomorrow morning. It'll be up on the webpage. Punt's going to be fielded by Corey Williams inside his own 10, and he's dragged down by a couple of white shirts for NSA as the Saints are able to at least put Atlantic Shores deep in its own end. A couple of missed opportunities for them here in the second half of the Saints as they've done a good job of moving the football through the air, but the running attack has not been there. The balance, the two-dimensional attack that you need, and Atlantic Shores has had that thanks to Jack Weaver tonight. 136 yards rushing on 28 carries, plus a really sneaky 29 yards rushing on 5 carries for Micah Lance. So here's the third possession of this half for Atlantic Shores as the defenses are starting to take more control and ownership of this game here after halftime adjustments made by both Wayne Lance of Atlantic Shores and Mike Beal and his staff from NSA. Ready for the shotgun snap as Micah Lance gets it, looking to his right. Blitz is coming, and he's going to be sacked. Number 53 for the Saints, Andrew Miller, bringing him down. Fortunate it was not further, as it could have been. They're going to say actually he got rid of the football, it looks like. Not a sack. Handoff, and the NSA defense reads it well as they clamp down on Jack Weaver. Big credit again to number 58, Shane Rogers Johnson. So 3rd and 13 from the 7 now. Pass over the middle. It's going to be caught by Joshua Sibley. And there's a flag down as there could be a block in the back. This might not stand for the Seahawks. And they're walking back towards that direction near the end zone. So this could be bad news for the guys in gray and blue shorts, and good news. They're going to wipe off the flag, rather. So that's good news for the fellas in gray. So the 3rd and 13 conversion from the 7 is there as Sibley gets all the way up to the 20. See where they mark it. think it's the 22-yard line. Pick up a 15 for him.
Flag was waved on the play, and the similar reception results in a first down.
182 yards on 15 completions out of 22 attempts for Michael Lance tonight, and that's Sibley's third grab for 44 yards. Up the middle they go. Powering behind Jack Weaver.
Jack Weaver on the carry, stacked up by several different Saints defenders.
If we're watching 58, 8, and 55, all getting on the stop. Shane Rogers-Johnson, Cooper Goss, Caden Bradford. A lot of names we've called out tonight. Up to about the 27, so pick up a 5 for Weaver. This will be his 31st carry if he gets it. He won't actually. It's going to be a pass down the field to Chris Higgins. Beats his man. 35-30, 25-20. They're not going to catch him. Chris Higgins goes 73 yards to the house. Hit him on that inside post, and he was gone. Cooper Zyko might have some competition from Norfolk Academy for Player of the Week this week, as Higgins has got 3 grabs for touchdowns tonight, 10 receptions for 154 yards, and 3 TDs. We might have to put up a poll for those on 757 Sports Talk on X, formerly known as Twitter. Let people break the tie or give us someone else that had a great game. Right now, Michael Lance is having a fine game too. 16 of 23 for 255 yards and 3 touchdown strikes. Seahawks 35, Saints 21. It's not Seattle over New Orleans. It's Atlantic Shores over NSA. We'll step aside and come back.
Every year, thousands of athletes disappear in clutch moments due to falling hydration levels.
I used to go missing all the time. I let everyone down. I even let Shannon Sharp down.
Yeah, you let me down.
They've been told how you feel yourself doesn't matter. That electrolytes are all the same. Then just like that, they're gone. Get yourself back in the game. Get yourself a Gatorade. Could be the difference between dominating and disappearing. Gatorade, rehydrate, replenish, refuel.
Gatorade, quench your thirst like the newest Milwaukee Bucks guard Damian Lillard, formerly of the Portland Trail Blazers. 9:37 to go in VISAA football. Atlantic Shores 35. NSA 21. I'm going to make that ensuing kickoff for about a gain of, let's say, 23, 24 yards. It's Preston Groves. So NSA has it from their own 35. It's going to be a handoff, gain about 6-7 yards, it looks like, for Bradford. Up to about the 42. Pickup of 7. Looking to throw, it's Ellison. It's going to be deflected and intercepted at the 44-yard line by the lineman. Patrick Linton, the nose guard, gets himself a tip drill pick. The second turnover of the night for NSA, and Patrick Linton gets the pick. And now the Seahawks can sense it. Chance to pull away tonight. There is a flag on the play. Bethel's taken an early lead on Kickinton in the fourth quarter, 7-0. Booker T. Washington on top of Lake Tiller 14-7 late in the third quarter, and a little bit of a surprise there. So the Seahawks with their fourth possession of this fourth quarter. And they're at the NSA 13-yard line, and this feels like Jack Weaver time, doesn't it? As they're going I formation under center. No, they're going to hand it off to the bigger back, number 4, and that is Cody Batts, the senior. So they fooled me. Cody Batts known for his work on defense as a middle linebacker. And he wants a touchdown as he picks up 6 yards to the 7. Good one tonight in Winchester. Kettle Run nursing a 28-24 lead on Millbrook. 2 unbeaten teams out of Class 4. Back 50 seconds to go. Millbrook's got it at 31 at Kettle Run. Here's a handoff to Batts again. Batts tries to power his way up there to about the... it's going to be close to the 1-yard line. Got to shout out those big guys up front, getting the job done. 2 6-yard carries will be always welcome sight if you're Atlantic Shores coach Wayne Lance. You got McDonald at left tackle. You got Patrick Linton at the center spot. Isaac Cohen at a guard. Barrett Hester. I think they're going to go right back to Batts, who's playing fullback. They give it right to him, and he gets right behind that interior grouping. Right behind Isaac Cohen, and he's going to punch his way through for a touchdown. Isn't it fitting that he runs behind that group that features Patrick Linton, who had the tip pick moments ago? And another extra point coming up for Griffin Weaver, who, if I'm not mistaken, if he makes this one, he will be 4 for 4. Remember, they went for 2 the first time, did not get it. Got it the second go-round with Higgins. And Weaver is 4 for 4. 42-21. Seahawks suddenly have doubled up the Saints with 6:59 to play. We'll take a quick timeout and hear from AstroTurf.
After more than 50 years of innovation, AstroTurf still leads the way. The inventor of artificial turf does it all, right here in the USA. We engineer, test, manufacture, and install the world's most innovative fibers and turf technologies, with over 30,000 tracks and fields worldwide. AstroTurf, powered by Sport Group.
So Atlantic Shores has the lead comfortably now, 42-21 with 6:59 to play. Cody Batts with the 1-yard TD run. After the tip pass that was picked by Patrick Linton. 28 unanswered points for Atlantic Shores. Not sure many saw that coming when they trailed 21-14 that they would rattle off 28 unanswered, but they have. And the referee's trying to sort things out as there's a penalty on NSA on that ensuing kickoff. So NSA is going to have the football for their fourth possession of the half here with 6:52 to go. And they are set up at their own 20. Following the latest penalty. They do have the ability to score in a hurry. Got a bunch of final scores that have trickled in. We'll give them to you. Rappahannock County beating Greenbrier Christian tonight 40-35 as the Gators go down in a high-scoring battle. Here's Napoleon Ellison looking to his left. He's going to scramble. Nathaniel McDonald chasing him. William and Mary commit almost gets a sack, but now it's Ellison finding a receiver that gets open at the last minute. It's a good delivery and fine as it's caught by Preston Groves. It's going to be Groves' first catch of the night. That is not 27. That's actually 4 that made that catch. So pickup of 9. Puts Ellison at 18-27 for a $197. Doesn't have the 2 picks to go with the 1 TD pass. And now there's an injured Saints player down. Looks like that may be, in fact, Ellison. It is. So while he's being checked on, we'll hear from Zoop Eatery. And we're back after that injury stoppage. Looks like new quarterback is in, and that's going to be Runyon, number 11. Gets it to Isaiah Furman. And he might lose a couple yards as we watch the Atlantic Shores defense. And a couple of players having to be held back from each other. Patrick Linton and Parker Green got a little nose-to-nose. So we watch Runyon play some quarterback after the injury to Napoleon Ellison. It looks like there was 7 yards picked up on that with Furman. So 3rd and 3 from the 27 now. The mist continuing to fall here on this final Friday of September 2023. Here's Runyon rolling out to his right. Fires it's going to be just out of the reach of the 6'5", long frame Isaiah Furman. There is a flag back on the play. This could be a hold. And I do think Wayne Lance may contemplate declining this to get the football back at 4th down and just try to run the clock out. Could certainly be an option for him. And it was a hold, and it was declined. Score one for Hatfield there. And score one for the Bruins of Western Branch, who got a touchdown run from, I'm not sure that name is correct, but nonetheless, they're deadlocked at 20 out in Suffolk in a game that has become the game of the night in the Southeastern District. 4th and 7, and the offense stays on the field. 4th and 3, excuse me, and the offense stays on the field with 5:20 to go for NSA, down by 21. They once led this game 21-14 in the second quarter, but things have turned in a big way for Atlantic Shores, and it's going to be about 4th and 8, not 4th and 7 after that false start penalty on the Saints of Nansemond Suffolk Academy. They've now matched pretty much Atlantic Shores in terms of penalty yardage and infractions. Are they debating going for 2 or not? That is the question. Runyon almost gets picked by Patrick Linton. That would have been Linton's second pick of the night. What final that's going in the books? The Pointers of West Point victorious over Colonial Beach tonight, 33-14. So all the West Point people are rejoicing, including my man Robert Fish. Jack Lowe's celebrating because Western Branch just took a 21-20 lead on Nansemond River. Shores will get it for their 5th possession of the half with 5:14 to play in regulation at the NSA 23-yard line. It's going to be a handoff to Jack Weaver, the jack of all trades. 2 yards for Weaver. Grassfield has blanked Great Bridge 13-0. Pocosin 51-0 over Jamestown tonight. Smithfield a winner at Bailey Field 35-12 over York. Colonial Forge doubling up Massaponax 14-7 in Fredericksburg as the Eagles stay unbeaten. They've got some history with some teams from the 7-5-7, especially Ocean Lakes and Oscar Smith, having played them both in state playoff games before. Penalty on Atlantic Shores will back them up 5. Lafayette shooting out Grafton 29-0 to shut up a big Bay Rivers District unbeaten showdown next Friday night up at Warner Stadium with the War Hill Lions. I shouldn't say unbeaten because Lafayette does have a blemish against St. Christopher, so let me backtrack there. But big battle for supremacy in the Bay Rivers, I should say. Handoff to Corey Williams. It's his first rushing attempt of the night. So 3rd and a country mile here for the Seahawks. Just over 3 minutes to go in regulation. Stepping up in the pocket, it's going to be Micah Lance sliding down to gain about a yard. And there will be a timeout called by NSA with 3:10 to go in regulation. So we'll take a quick timeout too and hear once again from Gatorade.
Every year, thousands of athletes disappear in clutch moments due to falling hydration levels.
I used to go missing all the time. I let everyone down. I even let Shannon Sharp down.
Yeah, you let me down.
They've been told how you feel yourself doesn't matter, that electrolytes are all the same. And just like that, they're gone. Get yourself back in the game. Get yourself a Gatorade. Could be the difference between dominating and disappearing. Gatorade, rehydrate, replenish, refuel.
Back here for 4th down. Atlantic Shores going to the air here. 4th down from the 28, and it looks like Micah Lance is going to get brought down. I think that sack was delivered by, hard to tell with the numbers and the rain falling, Shane Rogers Johnson. And he's going to lose some yardage as Micah. And it's going to be at the 33. So gained 1, lost 5, or gained nothing, lost 6. Any way you slice, he's at 25 yards rushing on 7 attempts. NSA's 5th possession will come with 3:02 to go from their own 33. Rayvon Moore scored a touchdown and tied it with a 2-point conversion for Indian River. It's deadlocked at 14 late with the Braves and Kings Fork out in Chesapeake. Incomplete pass for NSA as Runyon stays in for the injured Ellison at quarterback. Lake Taylor has gone ahead of Booker T. Washington 15-14 as Hank Sawyer's Titans have some magic late with 1:01 to go. And Western Branch getting that go-ahead touchdown by Damon McDaniel Jr., whose dad literally started on this field 18 years ago in a game, a playoff game I remember calling or watching or covering, writing about. Damon McDaniel Sr., who played at Florida State and Hampton University. Little Dame Jr. now playing for Western Branch as a sophomore. How old am I? Good gracious. There's Nathaniel McDonald. He's going to make the quarterbacks feel old and decrepit when he keeps chasing them like that and sacking them as the William & Mary commit shows off his prowess. Came into tonight with 31 tackles, 16 for loss, and a big sack there. Dropping Runyon backwards. And he loses quite a few yards back to the 17. It's a drop of 17, I think, or 16 rather. 16-yard loss on that run. Should be a sack that really shifts things in a big way. Here's a pass over the middle. It's deflected off of Lent, and it's caught by number 12 for Nansemond Suffolk Academy, who's into Atlantic Shores territory. And that is Tress Williams, the third, the sophomore. As he goes from the 17 to the 43. Do the math fast for me, Jack, because that's going to be 33 plus 7, 40 yards for the young fellow. Picked off, though. Atlantic Shores is going to get a takeaway, and that should allow them to run out the clock. Cody Batts with the INT. It's the third interception of the night for the Shores defense. And that should put this one in the books. And my goodness, Kendrick Overton with the touchdown pass and 2-point conversion that might have broken the hearts of the Bruins as they lead it now suddenly 28-21, it looks like, in that Southeastern District tussle in Suffolk. And we're going to have to find some tissues for our man Jack here, who's now really saddened about that. More so than the Saints fans are about that pick, because they pretty much knew the outcome several minutes ago. So with 1:38 to go, are now in victory formation are the Seahawks, leading NSA 42-21. Seahawks are going to improve to 5-1 overall in the season. And again, you can watch the replay on our Virginia Beach Sportsplex YouTube channel. If you're tuning in late tonight, Saints going to drop to 1-4. As far as upcoming games, NSA's next matchup, if you're wondering about them, it's going to come on October 6th at Catholic. If you're wondering about Atlantic Shores, they're next in action October 13th here at the Plex against Blue Ridge. 7 o'clock kickoff we'll have for you here on our streaming channel with the Virginia Beach Sportsplex. That last knee's going to do it. We want to thank our entire team from Marissa on camera to Jack Lowe, our producer, engineer, Chuck Thornton, Nick Sentai, and the whole crew. This is Matthew Hatfield saying thank you for watching our broadcast tonight, presented by John's Tax Services and JPM Financial Services. Again, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel with the Virginia Beach Sportsplex. Final score, Atlantic Shores coming from behind with 28 unanswered points to win it over the Saints of Nansemond Suffolk Academy by a count of 42-21 as they are victorious on this final Friday of September 2023. We hope you all have a safe and pleasant weekend, everyone, and we'll talk to you again in October right here from the Plex in Virginia Beach.
Referee gets the snap, looking right, going to throw a bomb to Jordan Cooper. Can he make up for it? Yes, he does.
See Maziel. Drops back. Short pass out to his left. Cards. Maziel fakes the handoff. Looking deep to the end zone. Touchdown!
Beach Sportsplex presented by Doubletree of Hilton. There goes Curtis Green. Green on his way to the 30. Action, looking to throw it deep. Lays it out there, looking for Gillum. Pass is caught.